Come on. Come on. Where the hell are they? God damn it, they were right here! Where the hell are my suicide pills?
I hid them.
Why?
I'm an asshole.
Oh, well, thank you very much. What the fuck am I supposed to do now?
I don't know. I guess you'll just have to review iMPACT.
TNA, I really don't ask for that much from you. And Lord knows I've gotten it. But shows like this one just completely baffle me. Do you know what you're doing? I'm not trying to be a hater here. That's a legitimate question. Do you know what you're doing? Do you know what direction you want to go in creatively? Because after watching this show, I really don't think you do. It's shows like this that really make me wonder just what in the world is going on backstage, because there's no way one person was responsible for this. I can't imagine a situation under any circumstances where a person could write that particular script, hand it off to the person in charge, and have that person okay it. I just don't see how that could happen. I'm actually really curious about this. I really want to know exactly how this made it from the script to the screen, because if I'm right, there has to be someone backstage who's seriously fucking with the creative process, because that's the only way you get a show like this. Robbie and Jay Lethal have a rematch for the X Division title. It's completely random, not announced beforehand, not hyped up at all. Jay Lethal wins. Why didn't that happen at Final Resolution? I don't know. The match was not very good because Robbie isn't very good. Jay Lethal wins the X Division title for the third time in like 3 months, probably just so he can lose it to Kazarian at Genesis, because that's been the story of Jay Lethal's X Division career. Most of his title reigns have been ridiculously short, and the ones that weren't were so horribly booked that you wish they were ridiculously short. But as a champion, he is an upgrade from Robbie at least. Oh, and spoiler alert, I read the taping results, and it looks like Robbie's push has come to a screeching halt. And thank God for that, because this guy... I've had all I can take from this guy. His facial expressions alone just make me wonder what the hell he's thinking. He literally went through the whole match looking like this. I'm not exaggerating here. That's what he looked like. I don't know if that's another situation parody thing that I don't get, but he needs to stop. That face makes him look like he had a stroke or something. What happened next was one of the most painful stretches of television. I honestly felt like they were aggressively trying to get viewers to turn their televisions off. Which leads me to the reason why I was looking for suicide pills earlier. It started with a backstage segment that was so bizarre, I had no idea what they were going for, what was going on, what the point of it all was. It was just the most random thing you could ever imagine. Orlando Jordan is looking for Eric Young. Eric Young comes out of a room. He has a Hooters girl on each arm, and he's wearing the old world title belt that he says he found in the trash. Wow. I didn't think that belt could be any worse off than it would be lying in the garbage, but giving it to Eric Young, that would do it. Anyway, Jordan, I think, gets upset upon learning that Eric Young is straight, because, you know. So he leaves. Then Eric goes into another room where Brian Kendrick is meditating with candles, and Kendrick proceeds to cut an indecipherable promo about Eric being a champion because he believes in himself or something like that, and then Eric leaves. I have no idea why any of this happened. I felt like I had walked into Inception halfway through the movie, missed a ton of information, had no clue what was going on, except I know I didn't miss anything. I saw the whole thing, and yet I'm still confused as all hell. Then Eric Young and Orlando Jordan beat Generation Me in a horrible, stupid comedy match in under 3 minutes. So, yeah, any credibility that Generation Me might have gained from that awesome feud with the Machine Guns, that's gone. Just like that. That's all it took. Then there was a Knockouts Tag Team Tournament match. Before the match, Mickie James and Eric Bischoff inform us that Mickey's partner, Miss Tessmacher, is not a wrestler. Mickie and Bischoff were right. Tessmacher looked great as hell in there. She had these sloppy-ass arm drags, this horrible drop kick where she only got about a foot off the ground. She's not ready for TV yet at all, and it's obvious. Tara's arm was injured, so she couldn't tag in, so Madison Rayne had to work the whole match for the heels. And with Madison and Tessmacher in there, it was pretty much up to Mickie to carry this whole thing. And God bless her, she tried, but she just couldn't do it. This was not good. It was a horrible way to follow up last week's cage match, and it did not give me high hopes for the Mickie Madison match at Genesis at all. Then Rob Terry showed up. Because apparently, the writers thought that the only thing that could possibly save the show at this point was Rob Terry. He had a crappy match with Rob Van Dam. Unsurprisingly, Terry still sucks. Brother Ray came out. Oh, excuse me, Bully Ray. You know, because bullies are bad. Subtle. Very subtle. Then he squashed Amazing Red. Because TNA management, in their infinite wisdom, think that Bully Ray is going to make the company more money than Amazing Red. Remember last summer when Kurt Angle introduced Amazing Red as the best X Division wrestler in the world and then they had an awesome match? Apparently TNA think this is a better way to go with Amazing Red, making him job fodder for Bully Ray. Wow. More Jeff Jarrett MMA garbage. It was horrible. For God's sake, get Jeff Jarrett off my TV screen. The main event was Matt Morgan and Ken Anderson versus Jeff Hardy and Kazarian. Now, by all rights, this should have been a good match, but it really wasn't, because all the overbooking completely killed any chance it had of being good. So, I guess the writers learned absolutely nothing from last week's main event. Well, that's just fucking peachy. About the only thing I liked this week was the stuff with AJ and Doug Williams, and to a lesser extent the opening segment, but that was hardly enough to save this show. And the really irritating thing was that apparently next week's Impact is going to be really big. There's going to be multiple title matches, a huge 8-man tag. Did they hype up any of this stuff? Did they officially announce any of these matches? Did they make any kind of effort to get you excited to see them? No, on all counts. It was almost as if they were purposely trying to downplay the whole thing. So we're supposed to be excited about this show when TNA themselves aren't even excited about it. They did have some of the wrestlers talking about the matches on Reaction, but they were talking about matches that we, the viewers, were never even told about. And this is why you're doing 1.1s, TNA. This is why you are still doing 1.1s. Oh, screw it. I gotta have another bottle of suicide pills around here somewhere.